The root of a bad title cannot make a clean title or a good title. So you just bought an apartment in Upper Hill, not knowing that it was constructed using stolen money from Minnesota. So what happens to the Kenyans who bought their apartments from the Somali community, from the money that came from Minnesota? This is the legal part of that journey and what needs to happen to those people. Remember to go back. What happened is that there is an allegation by the United States government that the people living in Minnesota, and especially the Somali community in Minnesota, was able to get a lot of money from the government, and they were able to get this money from the government using fraudulent means. They got this money because they started programs to feed the community, to feed the children, and even to support the young people and the people who had some other diseases like autistic children and such things. And then this money was paid to their accounts, and they started using this money for their own benefits. Like there are some people who have bought properties, there are some people who have bought choppers, and there are some people who have even gone ahead to buy properties, and some of these properties are here in Kenya. Some money was sent to Kenya amounting to almost 40 billion Kenya shillings. This money was used to do the apartments in Upper Hill, some apartments in Eastleigh, and some apartments in some other areas of this nation. The United States government have stated that they are sending the FBI here in Kenya to be able to freeze their accounts and recover from the real estate department here in Kenya, or the real estate business here in Kenya, and for them to get every coin of this money that was used to do the construction of those apartments. But remember, this money was used to do the apartments in Upper Hill and in Eastleigh and South B and some other places. These apartments were constructed for sale, and there are some people, the Kenyan people, who bought those apartments here in Kenya. So legally, what happens? According to the law, the root of a bad title cannot make a clean title or a good title. Therefore, if the title to that land or to that apartment was bad, the person obtaining that property cannot get a proper title because the root of that title was a bad title. Let's imagine maybe the title was stolen for these people to come and do the construction of that property. It means the person purchasing those items cannot get a good title because the root of that title was a wrong title. But what if this person went ahead and they did the due diligence? In due diligence, we have three things that we look at. We look at the official search. This one, you get it from the Ministry of Land, and you get it from the Registrar of Lands. Number two, we look at the historical search. You did what we call a green card. You were able to go back, did the investigations, and the property and the transactions, the historical transactions were okay. And the third thing is that you were able to check the records in Dungu report, and that title is not mentioned. You are able to look at the cancellation of title by the National Land Commission, and it was not there. And you are able to do what is called the physical search. You saw the boundaries of that apartment. You can be able to describe that this apartment look like this, and it has this what is called the boundaries. You are able to look at the map and the plans, and they were okay, and you went to the apartment and you did what is called the physical search. If you carried out that due diligence and you got to a point where you have all these details and you're able to say that I did all this and I have a report for that, then the title was clean up to that point. But it's being constructed using stolen money that is coming to be fed in for it to do the construction of that property. What happens to you? The title is clean, but the money is stolen money, and it has been used to do the construction. This is where we go to the theory of the innocent purchaser for value, meaning that you bought the property without the knowledge that the money that was being invested was the money that was stolen money. Therefore, you will be protected by the law. By then, you will be protected by the law, and the law would ensure that you get the value for the money that you invested, the current value of that amount that you invested in the property. And therefore, that means that your property will not not be frozen when they are coming to freeze the account of these people who stole the money from the United States. The law in Kenya will protect you and ensure that you get the value for your money, because you are an innocent purchaser for value. You did the due diligence, you invested clean money, and you ensured that you have done everything that you are supposed to do. The government of Kenya can and must ensure that you get the value for your money, and therefore the apartment will not go. The money that you are able to deposit to their account, they will follow the trail and ensure where that money was invested. They can be able to recover from the investment they made when you paid them, and therefore that is what is going to happen. You will not lose your apartment. They will freeze the account, especially if you have the document. You will go and they will make sure that they give you the value for your investment. My name is Nderu. For this and more, kindly subscribe and continue sharing with your friends.